အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါကျွန်တော်တို့ Study Abroad Information Center ရဲ့ live session ကနေပြီးတော့မှကျွန်တော်တို့ထပ်မံကြိုဆိုလိုက်ရပါတယ်ခင်ဗျဒီနေ့မှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ Study Abroad Education Facebook page ကနေပြီးတော့ကြတော့မှကျွန်တော်တို့ Singapore မှာရှိတဲ့ Singapore ထိပ်တန်းကျောင်းဖြစ်တဲ့ Kaplan Higher Education Academy နဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ Study Abroad Information Center နဲ့ပူးပေါင်းပြီးတော့ကြတော့မှဒီကျွန်တော်တို့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာရှိတဲ့ကိုရန်10တန်းတက်ရောက်နေတဲ့ကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတွေ10တန်းအောင်ထားပြီးတဲ့ကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတွေပြီးတော့လက်ရှိဒီပေါ်တက္ကသိုလ်မှာလက်ရှိတက်ရောက်နေတဲ့ကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတွေတက်ကြီးရွယ်ပြီးတော့ဒီ writing skill နဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့ basic information တွေကို sharing လုပ်သွားဖို့အတွက်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီနေ့ virtual session ပေါ့နော် live session လေးကိုလုပ်ဆောင်ပေးနေရခြင်းဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီဘက်မှာဒီကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတွေနဲ့ Zoom session သွားနေရင်လည်းပဲကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီ sharing လုပ်ဖို့အတွက်ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့ Facebook page Study Abroad Education မှာဒီ live session တိုက်ရိုက်ထုတ်လွှင့်နေရခြင်းဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဆိုတော့ဒီ Kaplan Higher Education Academy ကျောင်းတောင်းငန်းနေပြီးတော့ကြတော့မှဒီ writing နဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့ basic skill တွေကို information sharing လုပ်ပေးသွားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ် Hello Desmond.
Good. Yeah, so thank you for the introduction. So I will start my presentation for the group writing workshop right now.
Yes.
I believe everybody can see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you once again for Study Abroad Information Center for organizing this event. Then thank you for all for coming for this group writing workshop. And again, I'm Desmond Hong, the country manager from Myanmar, from Kaplan, Singapore. So a bit about myself. So I graduated from the Masters of Business Administrations from the Northumbria University in Kaplan, and also Bachelor of Science in Marketing from University College Dublin from Kaplan, Singapore. I also has a WSQ advanced certificate in doing the training and assessments. And overall, I'm the country manager for international recruitments, which includes Myanmar, Cambodia, India and subcontinent, Russia and Central Asia. Once again, thank you for joining me this afternoon, Saturday afternoon, and we'll start the group writing workshop right now. Thank you. So basically, the first one I want to touch on is what is a good writing, right? So good writing in turn give you the impact that you want. And secondly, what design the business and literacy writing in your mind so that you will know what is write better. And also there's tips to improve your writing right away. Overall, the three things you need to remember is to create writing that's short, that's clear, and that's right for people to see your writing, and you can do all the writings on yourself. So for the next one will be define your purpose. So you must define yourself what is success, you know, and who is it for? Who are writing this article, reports, emails, or even, you know, business writing for? And in what format that people want to, you know, read or people want to see, and where and when and how the distribution. Are you going to write in a piece of paper? Are you write in the iMac or iPad? Are you going to write, you know, in the email, reports, and so forth? So you must define your purpose on writing this so that you can have a success in writing a good writing, you know, report or article. So the first one, as you can see, I want to emphasize is write short. So in terms of writing short, we are getting to the point. So always, you know, read out loud in the first time when you do your writing. Read out loud is the first, you know, most important. And also to be ridiculous, to write some of the ideas first. After that, you jot down everything. And there's also a tips that you delete your first sentence of your every paragraph. You know, because usually we write our first sentence out of our inspiration, out of our creativity, so that every time there's a tips to, you know, getting to the point is to read out loud, and also to be, you know, ridiculous, to write some of the pointers, and also to delete your first sentence to getting to the point. And secondly is to write short, you know, shortening, you know, every sentence. The first one you can see the words easily cut off, you know, like truth, training, I think, in my opinion, clearly, in fact, you know, all this can be cut away to, you know, make the sentence short and sweet. And also there will be, compressed verse like I was going, I will be going. So you can change to I was going to I go. I will be going. You can change to I will go. So words can be easily cut as redundancy, like brand new, free gift, and results. The brand new is considered new. So probably you need to put the brand in front. So all these are redundancy. And also words that can easily be cut like emphasis like really, very, truly, extremely, especially. All this can be cut away from your passage. Probably it's just an added emphasis to your essays and so forth. And lastly but not least, the grammar can be easily shortened, like passive voice, that action will be taken by us. Then we can write that we will take action. So all these are clear, short, and shortening each sentence are very important to achieve good writing. And last, for the write short session, we do have managing a paragraph. So as you can see in the first, right at the to a right or to a left, extreme left, there's a paragraph that is not, one whole chunk of paragraph. The Linden Hotel was founded in 1952 by Arthur Linden, an English businessman who has spent the better part of his early career traveling the world. So if we break out, to different paragraph, let's say to break out into the, as you can see from the second image, into 4 paragraphs, it's much more readable. Yeah, when things are much more readable by the readers going to read your essays or reports, you'll probably score higher marks, probably score more and catch their attention. So I break out into different paragraphs. As you can see, the first paragraph, the first paragraph is about founded in 1952. The second, whereby he craved staying in hotels. And the third one will be inspired by his desire to feel. And last, within a couple of years and so forth. So we break out into paragraph. So you can see the first paragraph, we talk about Mr. London. And the second paragraph, we talk about what he likes. And the third paragraph, we talk about his first hotel. And also for the last paragraph, we talk about his expansion of his business. So managing paragraph length is very important to write short, to write a good writing essays or reports. So managing a paragraph, always spread into more paragraph, also punctuation. This one will help in your writing. And next is the write clear. So bringing out your own voice. So in a large scale, is to bring out your own voice, is to picture it as a pathway. So you picture the thing, what you're going to say, picture as a pathway, by specific, by statement, by, different paragraph, and start at the end. Always think at the end of the product, what will you get? End of the product, do you bring out the message? Do you bring out the meaning that you want to bring out for the reader to read your passage? So always start at the end, has a beginning, or I should say has an ending in mind, so that you start at the end. And the third one will be write for a person, not a population. Just focus in writing to a person, and not a bunch of crowd. On a smaller scale, on bringing out your own voice, we also write for one person and not a population. And we take a break. Every time that you think that you cannot write anymore, too many words in your mind, you cannot, everything is ongoing in your mind, you need a break, so that you can settle down, so that you can write, better. And also say it out loud. Always write and say it out. Always read out. When you read out the voice, not only that, you can help you to write better, you can also, make you to be a better writer. Because when you read out, you are very clear on what you want to write, and it will help also to, helps you to memorize all this that you want to learn to write. So reading out is very important, so that you can write even better. So bringing out your own voice is important to write clear. And the second is to, write clear, is sticking to one idea at a time. A lot of times we have a lot of ideas we put into one paragraph. There'll be 100 words to 200 words, but we need to stick to one idea and to also to write clear. As you can see at the first paragraph, the Linden Hotel was founded in 1952 by Arthur Linden. an English businessman who has spent the better part of his early career traveling the world. So we can just take out everything and we can say that the London Hotel was founded in 1952 by Arthur London. So we take out everything because a lot of things, too much things will not get the message across to the reader. Therefore, we must know how to write short and also in turns how to write clear. As you can see that below, there was another two paragraph. The London Hotel was founded in 1952 by Arthur London, an English businessman. And also, I try to paraphrase. After that, the paraphrase is, as extensive travel early in his career made Mr. London a conditioner of hotels, but he could rarely find ones that met his exacting requirements. So you can change a verse, change a part of the speech, change a parts of a sentence, to make it more simplified, to make it more easier. But you do not change your idea. Idea is the same, but it's how you're going to bring out your idea to others to read in short and clear is very important. And for the right clear, we also have untangling and subverting of grammar. We all know that grammars are important. The most important of all, after that is a vocabulary and words and so forth. So for grammars, ways to subvert a grammars, we use partial states, sentences, like every little helps. Giving character a voice. Lego my Lego. Lego my ego, you can link to a child. So it's give me a character a voice, in your writing. And also like slang and direct, like McDonald's, I'm loving it. And advertisements got milk. All those slangs and directs also helps in your writing in one way or another. And a part of the speech, like think different, drive beautiful, eat fresh. All those were, part of speech you can add into your writing so that people will also knows that, what you're going to referring to. And it's very short and sweet. And lastly, but not all, but the ways to subvert your grammar in terms of wordplay, like everything we do is driven by you. And Red Bull gives you wings. The wings that emphasize to I, so that it was, emphasized on a product that when you drink, it will give you more energy. So all these little details, brings out life on the sentence, on the grammar that you're going to write for essay, for a report, or even business emails next time when you go out to work. So before you mess with the grammar, you know the proper version. Have a reason. And last, you must know your audience. Who is going to read your essays or reports? Probably your lecturer, or probably, your employer, or probably even your parents or siblings who are going to read what you're going to write. So it's very important to know all these pointers well for you to write clear, and in terms of helping you to, brush out your words and even grammars. Next, we are going to go to emphasize on what right. So there will be three things today in this presentation. There's the most important is to write short, write clear, and the last thing will be right. Yeah, so exploring the power of words. As you can see at the top of the screen, there will be the hotel, the London Hotel, which is founded by Arthur London. So Arthur London founded the London Hotel, and also the London Hotel began when Arthur found it. And then secondly, as you can see that Arthur London was an English businessman who founded the London Hotel. And you can just say it sweet, like English businessman Arthur London founded the London Hotel. And always emphasize you and not they. People love our hotel because, you can change it to, you love our hotel because. And short and not long. Arthur London was an English businessman who has spent the better part of his early career traveling the world. You can switch it to Arthur London was an English businessman who spent most of his early career traveling the world, always short and not long. And using the present and also or future, not past. Example, Arthur London founded the London Hotel in 1952. you can just say that 1952 dash Hotel London founds the London Hotel. So all these tips and tricks are for you to write well and write correctly, during your essay writing or report writing and so forth. Secondly, will be using sentence with the reader's effect, because we are a sinner every day. So on top of that, we pause and filter words, and there will be simple versus compounds, complex words, and there will be written and also using our sentence and so forth. The most important thing is to be an active listener, to listen, so that you can write better and write more correctly during orders for your essays, reports, and business reports and so forth. So the reasons are very important. In this case, to write right in all the writings that you're going to write. And last but not least, on reading right is matching star to Jun. So always remember, as you can see, there's a big paragraph. We use back the London Hotel as a big paragraph. So the London Hotels, there will be points to get across, like founded in 1952 by frequent traveler author London, first location in London, now throughout Europe and North America as they expanded. So all these are the pointers to get across when you encounter a big paragraph again, let's say around 200 words, you can cut down to as short as less than 100 so that people understand more. And the eye catcher will be descriptive of text of no more than 25 words, which is just about the same number of words you see in this short sample text. In terms of the wording, then in terms of the size, all this are eye-catching. And you can see other examples, like from the below, as you can see, over 60 years of accepting the author London's expectations, London Hotels, born on experience, your choice for over 60 years, and also experience author London dream for travel like himself. So from London to the world, London Hotels has met our founders executing standards for over 60 years. Come home to London. So all those are stands, are styles that people want to write, so that to catch people attention, so that to make it short and clear, so that people understand what the readers are going to exert out from their own essays and business report. So those are very important to write right, to matching the styles that you have, so that everything will be short and sweet, and it's short, and clear, and even correct. So all this matching style, you can even write to your writing. It's not only that we use in our conversation, we can also use it in our essay, use it in our reports, use it in our writing to become a better writer. Of course, like speech, we need to arrange or paraphrase what we're going to say before we say. Same as for writing, we can list out all the important pointers first before we put into a paragraph, so that people will get the message across. So what's next? So from editing to proofreading, after you do all the reporting, all the writing, business writing, please editing and proofread. You can ask a friend, probably also you can ask, someone else to proofread your writing, so that there will be another pair of eyes or another suggestion for someone that which word can be used, and always be inspirational. I think every day, because I myself, I like to watch those inspirational, motivational, videos and all that, as you can find something in there and helps you in your writing. And practice, and practice. Writing articles, reports, case study, and even simple emails will help. And above all else, read all the books that you can, in terms of articles, in terms of nowadays we can get access to all the information and data easily at our fingertips. And also, finally, I want to say that please read out loud, in terms of what you're going to write, so that it will really helps you in your writing. Thank you so much. That's all for my tips for the group writing workshop. And thank you, Study Abroad Information Center, for organizing this workshop for all of you to come. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Desmond. Yeah, I think.
Thank you, Desmond.
Yeah, most of the students who joined this session, also the students who are watching from the Facebook live session, also get a lot of writing tips and information. Yeah, to make the good right. Okay. Okay. အခုပေါ့နော်ဒီကျွန်တော်တို့ Facebook live session ကနေပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်ဒီ test ပေါ့ခပ်ပန်ကြောင်းတောင်က Mr. Desmond နေပြီးတော့ကျတော့ဒီ writing နဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့ business information ပေါ့ business skill business tip အကြောင်းအရာလေးတွေကို sharing လုပ်ပြီးသွားတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီမြန်မာနိုင်ငံကနေပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်မှအခုလက်ရှိဒီကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတော်တော်များများပေါ့နော်အားလုံးပဲကိုယ့်ရဲ့ပညာရေးနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်မှဒီလိုမျိုး writing နဲ့ပတ်သက်တာပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်တခြား4K ထဲမှာဘယ်လိုမျိုးအကြောင်းအမျိုးပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်ကိုအမြဲတမ်းတော့ keep on learning လုပ်နေဖို့ကျွန်တော်ဒီနေရာနေပြီးတော့မှထပ်မံတိုက်တွန်းချင်ပါတယ်ခင်ဗျဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့ဒီနေ့live session ကိုကျွန်တော်ဒီနေရာမှာပဲရနာချင်ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီဘက်မှာဆက်ပြီးတော့ဒီ Zoom session လေးမှာတော့ဆက်သွားမှာပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့ဒီ Facebook live session ကနေကြည့်နေတဲ့ကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားမိဘဆရာဆရာမတွေအားလုံးလည်းတကယ်လို့ကျောင်းကိစ္စနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့တခုခုထပ်ပြီးတော့မှအသေးစိတ်မေးမြန်းစုံစမ်းလို့ရဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ Study Block Information Center ဖုန်းနံပါတ်39513939944200လေးလုံးခုံကိုဆက်သွယ်ပြီးတော့မှစုံစမ်းမေးမြန်းနိုင်ပါတယ်ဆိုတော့အခုကဒီ COVID အခြေအနေတွေရောကျွန်တော်တို့တခြားတခြား case တွေလည်းရှိနေတာဆိုတော့ကြတော့တခုခုဒီ Zoom appointment online counseling တို့နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့မှအကြံပြုကျင်တာတွေပြီးတော့ဆွေးနွေးကျင်တဲ့အကြောင်းအရာတွေရှိတယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လည်းကျွန်တော်တို့ online ကနေပြီးတော့လည်း Zoom appointment နဲ့အကြောင်းကိစ္စတွေကိုတိုင်ပင်ဆွေးနွေးပေးနေတာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မလို့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီ online ကနေပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်ဖုန်းနဲ့ပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်ကြိုတင်ပြီးတော့ Zoom appointment အတွက်ချိန်ဆိုနိုင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်ကဲ့အဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီ live session ကိုကျွန်တော်ဒီနေရာမှာပဲရနာချင်ပါတယ်ဆိုတော့ကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားမိဘဆရာသမားတွေအားလုံးလည်းCOVID-19 ကရောဂါဆိုးကြီးကိုကြော်လွှားနိုင်ပြီးတော့ကြတော့မှဒီရည်မျိုး၅ပါးနေပြီးတော့မှအားလုံးပဲကင်းဝေးနိုင်ကြပါစေလို့ကျွန်တော်တို့ Study Block Information Center နေပြီးတော့မှစုမုံအောင်တောင်းပေးအပ်ပါတယ်ဟုတ်အားလုံးကိုကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်